Fathom CTF has 21 flagpoles. That was a wild game. That's probably the most out of breath I've been in a very long time. And we had a fantastic series, and I'm expecting nothing less here. As the guys said, we're starting things off with true CTF between these two squads. Let's kick it off.
Yeah, true CTF, staple of Halo, and we're going to start this one off with the man, Sencho here from the red team, of course. In2ition going to go up against Barrage. In this one, we're going to see two players immediately going up to P3. Lovely shots, though, coming in and a grenade. Sencho picking up one kill there, 2 dead for the guys on Barrage, and immediately pushing towards his flag. Look at this, Rudimentary already picking up another kill as well. Grips manages to get a trade across the map, but wouldn't be surprised to potentially see a flagpole coming out here early, Bravo.
And that was also, by the way, a Manatee camo grab that was right at the 53 mark. That was burned, so we're going to be keeping an eye on that right at the 53 mark. Now over to Manatee.
2 dead down for Barrage. Going to be interesting to see how this one plays out. As the guys on the desk previously mentioned, it's kind of a battle of the old school versus the new schools.
Right.
Although we do say the new school, some of the players on this team, but players like Manatee really have been playing a lot of Halo throughout the different iterations of the game. So we're on board with Flames at the moment. Former Epsilon coach at the moment, obviously coached them to their best placing back at the 2016 Halo World Championships. Now he's going to be working with his teammates, as you see ahead of him, Vard, and his teammate pushing across the map, trying to push in to try and get that early flagpole. Player is going to be top mid. Nice shots coming in for here from Flames, but somehow doesn't manage to finish off this kill. Two do go down in the kill feed, however. So once again, back and forth, but we're not seeing that objective moves too quick.
Yeah, we're seeing right now a pull from Hollers. I'm going to switch over to him as top mid does look to be under control. We're going to try to finish that kill. Yes, indeed. Flames will finish that, by the way. Looks like we're finally seeing a pull here, but not without full control. So they're going to be stopped in their tracks. Back over to Flames.
Yeah, but Flames is going to be able to skip this one up as his teammate, the big man himself, Vard, picks up 2 kills to help shepherd this one home. And there is the first flag cap. It's going to be the big man, Grips, putting that one straight in the bag. This man knows how to run flags. He's been doing it since Halo 2.
Yeah, a great textbook run there. You saw they kind of waited. They didn't rush that on the right around the needlers. They're bringing that in, and they're able to close out without too much difficulty. One interesting thing about Flames is, you know, there's a lot of players who do make that transition from playing to coaching, especially over the years in NA that have made that change. But rarely do you see a player who has coached top teams, especially at a Halo World Championship, and then actually come back to playing. So great to see Flames here and his team doing well.
Yeah, we're seeing Hollers going for a secondary flag cap there, but we're on board with Flames. He drops a grenade at him. He's going to have no weapons.
He's got one choice
as well.
here,
Get that flag, run it. He's going to obviously get the reload on the Flagnum as well. So picking up that flag, even though he had no ammo in his weaponry there,
right,
is going to allow him to put some more shots down as we're on board with Hollers. Yeah, team nade, but he's now on a killing spree. Puts that player down to no shields as well, and I'd like to see him immediately go for this flag and try and get a run.
Tries, but you see, I'm surprised he actually got away with his life there. Did not continue to get shot from car 1, and somehow managed to stay alive as long as he did. So fantastic plays from him.
That is going to be 3 down for Barrage, though, and look at this. It's In2ition, the Velociraptors roaring back in this game. The flag going to be thrown under the base here. Is aware that there is a player potentially in his base at the moment, so both flags are going to be away. This isn't going to be an initial cap unless they can get the return. Looks like one player from Barrage has managed to steal in and get a touch on that flag. That's going to be 2 dead, though, for the guys at Barrage. The return comes in, and we're going to be tied up at 1-1.
Look at that. Answered back quite well just now on that blue side. We did have 3 dead, like you said, so it makes them able to tie the game up here. Century and crew looking pretty good, so great to see some resilience from them. Going to be interesting to see after these kind of both teams have had their exchanges of control and power.
Oh, Grips!
My goodness, unable to close out on that, but now let's go ahead and switch over to Rudimentary.
I got excited about that one. Such a difficult angle to fight, always when you don't have that height advantage against that player up on P3. But Grips made him pay here, all of his shots. But we're going to be on board with Rudimentary again. It seems like he's filling up this kill feed for us at the moment. Going to have a 1v1 with Vard. Does get the trade with a perfect kill as well. So not just showing that they can win the battles they need to. Fantastic shots coming in. Tied up 1-1, as we say.
But I like you said, Mark, as you just alluded to, I mean, when you are the last person alive and you have 3 red X's on your screen, you have got to be getting that last kill. Especially, I mean, any kill you can get at that point, any trade is huge, but the fact that you're actually getting the kill on the flag carrier so he can not get the pull, that's massive. On the other side, that flag carrier needs to not die, right? That last player alive, do not force that death. If you have to, slay 1 to 2 more players to make a play out of it, but do not fall to that last player. So that's a really great play there from him.
Oh, Vard picks up 2 kills on his way into the base here. His teammate's already pulling the flag. Now, this is the kind of momentum that a player like Vard can kind of work with. He's already picked up 3 kills. Now he's going to be behind 2 players here. If he can hit some nice shots on Manatee here, he cannot quite finish the kill. Doesn't have the weaponry, the ammo in the weaponry, sorry, to finally finish off that kill. But his teammate is going to be in position. Flames with a big double kill. Does have camo as well. Would like to see him try and get a flag pull out potentially to his teammate here. No one in position, though, to take this flag off of them, so Flames is going to do it all himself.
Yeah, he's going to try to desperately stay alive bottom middle if he can, because he wants to use a little bit of camo that he has left, and is also winning battles. Great plays from him.
More than aware the players above him as well. We saw him on the radar, but didn't see that illuminated red. It was more of a dark red, so his teammate, actually, Flames, comes in as he gets help from his teammate to finish that one off. The flag is going to be down. I've just seen.
Yeah, I don't look like there's not too many people who are in any sort of position to grab that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I just looked on the kill feed, on the scoreboard there. Bard has 17 kills already in this game as he picks up his 18th. So this man doing some slaying work for his squad.
Yeah, he is indeed. They're outslaying their opponents right now, 46-31.
Essentially going to be taken down here potentially by Bard as well, so another kill for him. He's going to be trying to get the trade and does get another double kill. Look at this, Flames. He's going to have an important 1v1. That's going to be 3 dead here for the guys on In2ition. Last player is under the base. It looks like Flames is more than aware of this player's position. Going to be thrust sliding this one across the map. This could well be the second flag cap going in of the game as 2 kills go down in the feed. He's going to thrust this one home. It's going to be 2-1 here. Yeah, Barrage.
A great play once again. Like you said, able to get those 3 dead and collapse completely on Sentry, who is actually the only player alive on In2ition. So a top-notch play there. Textbook once again bringing that flag in and making sure to collapse on that last player. Whereas on the other side we saw you cannot let those players get away.
Camo going to be coming up pretty soon for both these teams. That 6-minute mark. Always an indication of when power weapons and power-ups are going to be coming up. On any map here in Halo, just the camo to work with though on True. 2 players going to be pushing Flames. It does drop 1 to 0 shields. It's more than aware of the other player as well as Gambit, but 2 kills go down here, and Gambit with some beautiful shots there to take Flames out of P2. Picks up the double kill. Another player does go down. This is a perfect opportunity. They look set up to run this flag.
And also, yeah, just as you said, the flag is out. Also, though, Sentry does have the camo, so keeping an eye on both of those. We might switch away here from Gambit just to see exactly what's going on. Rudimentary, I believe, is about to bring this in. I think we're going to have a tied 2-2 game.
Delay in that ground pound. Does get taken down, but it's going to be 2-all, as you say. Double kill here as well. Looking for the triple on Flames. Can he land a shot? Still has that camo. Does challenge the kill. Flames. That's a huge kill, though. Sorry, it's actually his teammate Hollers who comes in to help him out. So they take down that camo player, get him out of the base. It's going to allow them to put up the defensive stand, get a little bit more map control for the guys on Barrage.
And, you know, if you look at all the pieces that came together for that cap for Barrage, what they're able to do there as they're putting together with, for the other side on In2ition, Sentry having the camo, right, Rudimentary with the run, and then you saw Gambit with that top mid control. So once again, they're putting the pieces together, and here we are once again on day 1 with a neck-and-neck CTF match.
Yeah, interesting to see VAR picking up these kills here, decide to move towards the car side of the base. It's going to see 2 spawners coming in, and they single him out pretty quickly. Deal with him and put him back into the respawn screen, but 2 kills once again for In2ition. Made that 3. That's going to be 4 dead here for the guys on Barrage. Looks like they might get the spawn either back flag, as you can see. One of his teammates, they Gambit, actually pushing car side of the base. As you can see, the grenades actually coming in from the respawners here. They do have a pinch, but this could be
they're a
position to run it from.
Yeah, they were pinched in pretty, as you saw, on both sides. So let's go ahead and switch over now. They're maybe overextended a bit into the corners, right? You never want to have that deep presence in both the car side and the pink side. What will result in, you saw, was I think some weird car 1, some pink 1 spawns, excuse me, and maybe even some car 1 spawns. So they got flanked. Their own flank got flanked a bit. They were unable to convert there.
Have to wonder if that's going to come back to bite these guys later on in the game. 4 dead. Potential to run a flag essentially wherever they wanted, but just blocking those spawn points at the wrong time, making life a little bit more difficult than it had to be. Bard picking up 2 more kills here. I mean, I don't know how many kills this man's going for, but he's looking for a triple. Manatee, though, going to hit his shots. And it seems to be a bit of a story so far in this game that most of these players seem to be hitting their shots.
All right, and now going over to simply Gambit, one of the only players actually alive on the map. We had 2 or 3 dead from both sides now, 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. So we've seen some interesting gameplay, right? It's essentially been a series of caps and then slow counters that eventually come together, but of course only 1 more to go. Next cap will win.
Gambit hit. Doing some defensive work. Does get hit by a grenade, though. You see 2 players popping up on his radar as well. Grenade does go in. That's going to be 2 down here for the guys on In2ition. The flagpole is coming on, as you can see in the respawn screen. That's going to be 3 dead, though, because this man, Grips, has the camo. Picks up a kill off the respawn as well. There is going to be a player bottom mid, but look at this. Flames is already across the map. It's going to be Barrage who take game number 1 in a closely contested match.
And look at that. Once again, it's the camo combo, right? We almost saw a 1-to-1 with any team that was getting a flag pull that made it across the map, as well as a successful cap. Chances are, I think we saw at least 3 or 4 times that it also was aligned with a camo grab.
Yeah, it seems to be they were just more efficient as well. I mean, I'm looking at the power-up pickups there. It was actually the guys on In2ition who had more than the guys at Barrage, but it just seemed that they were much more effective in making it work for them.
And you were talking about it the whole time. Now looking at the stats, VAR 26, 19, and 15. Also have got to look down here at Hollows. Look at that, 15 and 16. However, 24 assists on the board. Look at his opponents, right? Look at the assists between Vard and Hollows there, 19 and 24 respectively. And then take a look at the assist column on the other side. No one even coming close. Hollows doubling the assists of anyone on the opposing team. That game, if you look at these stats, that game should not have been 3-2.
Yeah, I mean, I have to agree with you. I mean, Hollows involved in almost 40 kills. I mean, that's insane in a truth CTF. I know we went quite deep into the game there. We saw 5 flag caps, but I mean, insane shots. You have to say he was shooting everything that was moving on the map. Maybe again, just a case of these players, not the most practiced team, picking up kills, maybe winning the 1v1s, but just not getting into position to run those flags quite quickly enough.
That's right. We're also hearing from the back. Interestingly, In2ition did have one more camo than the guys on Barrage. However, Barrage able to close it out regardless and making sure that on the two camos they did get, that they were able to convert. However, looking at the kills column, it really tells the story. Of course, Vard leading the way far and away, 26 and 15. However, they did outslay their opponents 77 to 56. But once again, when you have numbers like that, when you're shooting like that together, those team shots as well as outslaying your opponent, you don't really want to win that 3-2. You want to maybe win by quite a bit of a bigger margin. So we'll have to see if that's an indication of things to come for them. For example, are they going to time those slays maybe a little bit better to keep that action tighter? If you're on their side, you're going to sure hope that's the case when we get into later rounds.
Now, I wanted to ask your expert advice on something. Obviously, former Triggers Down coach.
I hope I can help.
I'm sure you can, buddy. You hinted.
We'll see.
In that game, we saw an opportunity for a flag run with 4 dead.
Yeah.
We saw all the players from In2ition collapsing on different angles. What was wrong there, and what do you suggest for maybe some of the players who are watching for the first time? We've got new viewers watching Halo for the first time.
Yeah.
What went wrong there, and what do you do to correct that?
Yeah, it all comes, I mean, you called it, right? Because you were talking about how they were collapsing in on car side, and then you look at pink side, and it's also being collapsed, and you see nades kind of coming from car 1, pink 1, and all of a sudden your opponents who are pinching and trying to pinch, spawns in the base, they're actually getting shot in the back now. And the second that your players who are supposed to be pinching are getting shot in the back, it's almost all falling apart, right? A lot of that comes down to 2 things. Now, the first thing is of course, communication, right? I need to know, even if you prefer running pink, even if you prefer running car, you need to know where your teammates are going, right? And that coach needs to make sure that players know where we're pinched. For example, you have to leave those car spawns. It has to be top priority when you're calling out. Leave the car spawns, leave the pink spawns, let them spawn here. Even if it might not be your preferred run, you got to play with the game, right? You have to play with that. The second thing, though, is that those moments, it comes down to practice. Now, this can be said about a lot of different scenarios in competitive Halo, but spawn blocking essentially, because guess what? There might be a scenario where a player needs to push into a car bubble to finish a kill, right? And they have to win that battle, but they need to be able to tell their team, right? Or, for example, a coach needs to say, don't finish that kill, right? So it needs to come down to practice. You have to have the discipline to push in or not.
There it is. Former Triggers Down coach Bravo breaking that one down for us. Game number 2 is getting underway in the background. Barrage, of course, winning that first game, taking it to the final flag cap, but it's going to be Coliseum Slayer here. We're on board with Vard. This man put up, was it about 8 million kills?
8 million and 15.
At least close to that. He's going to pick up another kill, continuing on his start, but Rudimentary already has the rockets, and he's going to pick up 2 kills, as 3 kills go down. And look at this, immediately, aggression coming in from Rudimentary, looking to push onto these respawns.
Yeah, the question is going to be if the guys in In2ition can outslay the team that just outslayed them so significantly in this Slayer. Certainly possible. Slayer is a completely different game type. We saw it in the earlier series that I had casted, the second series of the day. You can easily steal a Slayer, even if the other team might be more talented, more coordinated on objective. But so far, I've loved what I've seen from Rudimentary with the exception of that last rocket.
Yeah, Manatee getting loud on the stage as well as he hits a nice snipe shot. Oh, another kill coming in from Manatee. That's going to be 2 dead for him. Trying to look immediately, saw the kills going down red side. Yep. You can see, turning around immediately, looking for those spawns on the blue side as well. Now it's going to be dropping bottom mid. What do you think of this play?
This I like. It can kind of rotate, right? I mean, very rarely will you see someone at snipe who's going to be checking that bottom mid. Even if they do, he's going to have time to get away. Right now, he just needs to find a good home, though. Hasn't found it yet. Has some great help at red, though, so it should be pretty safe here, especially if he hits shots like that. Killing spree.
Killing spree for Manatee. This is exactly what they needed. They're doubling up the score of their opponents here. Barrage, plenty of ammo to work with as well. He's looking at those blue corner spawns, trying to locate the players. Looks like he is going to come under pressure, however. Game has slowed down ever so slightly. Sencha picking up kills, Vard trading that one out, but at 13-7. You have to say, these guys are controlling the map at the moment and those power weapons.
Yeah, really slowing things down just as much as they would like. As you see, Manatee's finally going to get, I think, some pressure from the left side of Red. He's going to rotate with his team, but they want to keep this, right? It's very difficult to do, but now at 15-8, they just want to keep that up, but he actually is going to get back whacked. So right there, maybe might have missed a few angles that his team needs to be watching for him.
Yeah, that was 3 dead there. Rudimentary does manage to pick up 1 kill, and as you say, so vital in those situations where you are the last alive, just to pick up a kill when he gets another one and gets back to the snipe side of the map towards his teammates. So going to maintain that 7-kill lead. Very impressed. A very sort of veteran play there coming in for Rudimentary.
It is, and I have to say the reason we went to Rudimentary in that scenario was he was actually one of the only players alive for his team. I think 2 players were on the respawn. So for him to stay alive on snipe side and help his team maintain not only the lead here by 7, but also that position, when you have a player that can lock down an area, and even when your teammates are down, they can fly in and really support him. When a player knows exactly which angles they need to watch, and even more importantly, not watch, that's massive, and that's exactly what Rudimentary just did.
Rockets are in the hands of Flames, however, so they have managed to get control of the power weapons. And on a game title like Coliseum Slayer, we do see some big kill swings in the game. Obviously, you have Rockets on the map, you have Sniper on the map. It's not surprising to see a team go on a 4, 5, even up to sort of 10-kill run without response, but obviously when those power weapons do come back up again, you have more than enough chance to get back into it. As we see now, that sniper rifle's dropping.
And speaking of power weapon kills on set right now, 18-13, and actually 4 of the kills here on that side are actually from power weapon. So that literally is the difference in this game right now. So we do see Rocket still in the hands of Flames, though he does get taken down. So we'll go ahead and instead go back over to Gambit.
Gambit here, going to be trying to work the window with his teammate here. I believe Grips does have, oh, beautiful shots. Talking about Grips. Forget about Grips. Gambit puts him back into respawn for a few moments. 20-17, a 3-kill lead. Bard answering another kill for his team here. Sencha going to be pushing Sniper. Look at this, immediately coming under so much fire.
Jeez.
Flames with the carbine there. I think he was shot by 3 different players there. And it looks like the guys in Barrage, they're fired up right now. Just 2 kill downs. They're coming back into this game.
Yeah, once again, really good team shot from Barrage, and it feels like they're timing their pushes, they're timing kind of, their collapses really well. And if you time it well enough, only takes 1 or 2 shots from each player, and you can melt your opposition. Not only is that vital for getting those fast kills and fast swings, but when you can kill a player so fast that they don't actually know, which player took them down, really lets you kind of rotate right around the team and catch them off guard.
Well, the guys from In2ition are up by 1 kill at this point, but I want to jump into a listen in. I'm very impressed with what I'm seeing. Let's hear what these guys are saying in-game.
I got sniped from blue flag, Grips.
Still
going to be a guy. Blue rocket ramp.
Stop rockets.
He's at the top now, he's right on the rocket spot.
Great kill.
Get a view, still there with you.
I can help you. Stay right.
I'm throwing a long nade.
Blue flag, 1 shot. Drop blue.
One shot,
Still blue flag, I'm coming back.
Spawn in red.
Yeah, he's going blue elbow on you, Matt. I'm coming back to flag.
They're coming with rockets on me. They're going to come window or something.
Yeah, blue elbow, man.
I got a nade on it. I can't see him, he's got the rocket still there. He's wasted.
There's a guy sniping red elbow as well.
Yeah, S2, I'm staying alive, man. They're going to push me, they're going to push us.
Yeah, I'm with
Guys, they're watching you blue caves, watch out. We're sniping.
Still there, S2.
Nice nade, S2, kill him.
Flag again, nice.
on the flag right.
Still, watch top cat.
No, he's got no.
Wait for spawns, guys. Wait for spawns.
He's blue sniper.
Well, we're turtled up too much there.
Alright, what's coming up? There's
Red
no...
elbow, blue front flag, sniping. Blue front flag.
I can't help, I'm going to watch the elbow.
Stay alive.
There we go, then the communication from the guys on In2ition, as we say. One of them got a little bit wound up that he didn't get the kill he was looking for, and that was a massive kill because it swung the game.
It was. Look at this now, 30-23. It feels like before we went to that listen, and it was a very different game. Now look at this lead they have, sniper rifle in hand as well. So Barrage really answering back in this game, and like you said, the power weapons have so far really been the difference maker. Before that listen in, it was 4 power weapon kills for the guys on In2ition. Now actually, the Barrage gentlemen have tied it up at 4 power weapon kills as well. Not only that, but they've got pretty substantial lead.
Yeah, an 8-kill lead at this point, and they have that sniper rifle. It looks like Grips is going to decide to rotate back to red window here. Manatee does pull one back, though, for the guys on In2ition. I feel like this next sort of run of power weapons and kills is going to essentially decide this game. We see, narrowly missing this shot, but Hollers picks up a double kill in the feed. Gambit answers back, 2 kills from Gambit, so Hollers and Gambit trading off double kills there. Looks like the snipe is going to be used here by Grips to take down Rudimentary. Killing spree for Grips, and I believe the rockets have just gone into the hands of Barrage as well.
And doesn't even get challenged on that, which is pretty wild. Able to hit that shot, not even seeing any shots flying across from the bridge. But also do want to point out that Manatee does have a sniper in the back of blue. So we're going to keep an eye on that. I'll show you that very quick here. So here's the other sniper on the side of In2ition in hand. So like you said, this can go anywhere, but Flames is actually going to be pushing in. So let's go to Flames, who's now thinking about pushing all the way into that corner.
Yeah, one thing We all know from Europe is that Flames will not play this one slowly. He will try and make something happen, pushes in aggressively, doesn't get the kill, finally finishes off the kill, but look at the opportunity he's just created for his team. Last player alive is going to be Manatee. Yes, Manatee does kill him, but they managed to get a 3-for-1 trade, make that a 4-for-1 trade as Hollers comes in and cleans up Manatee, and that's going to turn the snipe over as well.
You called it perfectly there, Mark. Flames certainly taking a risk to fly in there with the rockets, but he picks up one. His teammates clean up the rest, and as a result, Grips has a sniper rifle still in hand, Hollers has the rockets, and they've got themselves now a 40-29 lead, so a fine play indeed. Yeah,
I mean, this game has really swung its head so close. We talk about the 30 kill mark. It's almost become like a cliche in Halo and how much games can change around that. But look at the lead now that these guys from Barrage have. It seems like the In2ition team have become demoralized. They're down by 13. They know they only have 7 kills to play with. Oh, make that 6 as Grips is hitting shots right now. I think that's his 3rd or 4th headshot we've seen from him.
Yeah, he's looking good indeed as you take a look at his kill right now. He's actually 10-6, leading the game in terms of the least deaths.
Rotation round to blue as well. Teammates pick up kills, and I've been so impressed every time this Barrage has seemed to have that sniper rifle in their hands.
It shouldn't even be challenging from there. There's no reason to challenge that red corner. Actually, excuse me, I stand corrected. If they do have a player bottom blue, a fine challenge indeed. I thought they were all coming off of spawn, but it looks like Barrage will... it's fine if Grips misses these shots because only 2 more kills left to close this out. But they've kind of ran away with it at the end, right? This game got very sloppy, very fast in the last 2 minutes.
I don't think it's fine he missed those shots. I think it's bad, Andy. I think he should have hit those shots. I'm calling him out. He's hit shots earlier in the game, but that is going to close the game out. It's going to be Barrage who go up 2-0 in the series, 50-33. That game was close, as I say, up until that 30 kill mark, and then things just got out of hand pretty quick.
It really did. It's funny. We were talking about going into a listen-in with In2ition right around maybe that 20 kill mark. We're going to pull up the stats in just a second. As you see, once again, Vard 16-9, almost the exact same numbers as the prior game. So Vard leading the game in terms of kills once again, and in the end, it's Hollas and Grips leading the game in terms of least deaths with 7 apiece. We'll take a look at the stats right now.
Yeah, and the interesting thing to point out from these stats as well that I just want to highlight is, yes, Flames went -1, 9 assists, but we talked about arguably the play that kind of changed that game and created the momentum swing for his team was when he decided to get aggressive with that rocket launcher, push the window. He only got 1 kill himself, but he created an opportunity for a 4-1 trade that essentially won the game for them.
Right, which a lot of players, like you said, might play very differently when they have rockets on bridge and they want to take their time pushing in. They want to stay alive, but instead, for him to fly in, and at that point, they were only up by maybe 5 or 6, so it's still a risky play, but it went well for them. On the In2ition side, they were up by quite a bit, kind of like continuing to inch up that lead. You saw they were sniping in the rocket corners. It seemed like they were feeling pretty good, but once that back whack happened at snipe, things got a little shaky. And what that tells you is, when your sniper's getting back whacked, something went amiss, right? It might have been unavoidable. There might have been split spawns. There's a whole lot of things that can contribute to it. But if your sniper's getting back whacked, someone wasn't watching something.
Yeah, or someone isn't calling something out. It's as simple as that. It's a tiny little mistake, as we said, that can change series and the results of these series. And I want to talk a little bit about this In2ition squad. We've seen Barrage go up 2-0. They won the first game 3-2, very close. And that game up until that 30 kill mark, so close.
Yeah.
What's going wrong for them at those points in the game? Those clutch moments.
Yeah, I think what it could be is a combination of things. I think Barrage is showing up as quite a talented team. It could be that they're having a little bit of slow starts, right? That could certainly be a possibility. Only the rest of the tournament and the time through these brackets will tell. On the other side, though, if you're a team like In2ition, you need to stay 1 step ahead, right? Because they're coming out with pretty good openings, and they have very good sequences. They had very good counter caps in game number 1. However, there are these gaps that they're finding, so they need to really play 1 step ahead, right? If you're the first player off spawn, the decision you make is vital. It's crucial that you're not flying out and trying to challenge an opponent that you shouldn't. So I think it could be a combination of the two. I have a feeling that it could also be that Barrage is a very talented squad that takes a moment to get into games. There's teams that I've coached throughout history, whether it was a Triggers Down or a Final Boss roster, that they take a little bit of time to not only get into a tournament, but also get into a game, which can be pretty painful as a team, but you hope that throughout the weekend, you're firing on all cylinders throughout the entire game.
And I think you're talking about those type of teams as almost momentum type teams, and you could almost watch it in these players from their gameplay. You watch Vard in the start of that Truth CTF game, playing a little bit safe, we'll say, a little bit safe, putting shots down, backing down. Towards the end, Just takes one double kill for a player like that to spark him into life. And all of a sudden, he's challenging everything. He knows he's going to hit his shots. He's backed himself. And from there, that's where the games change.
Yeah, and especially in a game like Halo 5, I think it's interesting. You have talented players who you know are very talented, right? Vard and Flames, who have made a name for themselves. And once they get a few kill cushion, they can really take those risky plays, right? They can start flying across the map,
yourself.
helping teammates, right? I mean, getting out and being risky, making challenges. And that's what we're seeing from them. So we'll have to see if they have a little bit of even stronger openings throughout the weekend. It wouldn't surprise me if they did.
Right, next game. The series is going to a game 3. Obviously,
Right.
2-0 to Barrage at the moment. It's going to be Eden Stronghold. So we're going to see a control-based game type here, Andy. True CTF, we saw the objective very, very close. Coliseum Slayer, we have to favor Barrage as we see 50-33, a strong finish from them. How do you see this one playing out? Do you think there's a chink of light at the end of the tunnel for the guys on In2ition?
I think In2ition has a shot in this. They have a, they've kind of held on throughout different points of each game, shown that they certainly can hang, but they haven't played a game to the distance yet. So we'll have to see if they're able to pull it off here in game number 3.
Well, Strongholds on Eden, of course, that camouflage is going to be so vital. The overshield as well, and those rockets. All sorts of action going to be going down. We're going to start this one off with Censure as he works with his teammate. Oh, that overshield gets burned right at the start. So a trade at the start. The overshield not going to be too effective, but it is actually going to be Hollis who had the camo, but he's going to be taken down as well. 1v1 going down around the blue bend. Vard picks up yet another double kill, and how many times have we seen this? Oh, just Censure managed to take down Grips, but Grips did get the secure on that blue bend, so it's going to be Barrage who are going to be scoring early.
Flames once again with a perfect kill, showing off some pretty fantastic shots. Going to take a look at the times as well. So overshield was burned at 53, and we had a camo burn at 49. So right around that 2-minute mark, you're going to see those pop right back up.
Flames, beautiful headshot there against the player with that height advantage. All he could see was that little head popping out around that red bend, but managed to land the shot. Going to be a player behind him as well. If he can finish this kill, it would be huge, but no, Manatee managed to trade that one out. But look at the kill feed once again. Vard, 2 kills in succession. I'd love to know how many double kills this man has picked up throughout, but look at this Rudimentary looking for the triple. He picks up a double of his own, but as all this action's going on, Andy, there's only one team scoring right now.
That's right. The game is speeding up, and so is the scoreboard as we go ahead. And once again, Barrage now on the board, 17-0. So this is the first time that we've seen. I shouldn't say this is actually the strongest opening that we've seen from them so far, and they could easily run away with this. But we do have In2ition finally scoring for the first time.
Yeah, they do have control of the red nest and the catwalk, as you say. Nice shots here from Gambit, backing that player up. It looks like they are going to lose control of red nest almost immediately after scoring. Although they do manage to trade that one out for the blue bend, as we can see now. So, like what I'm seeing here, 2 players actually going to be pushing from Barrage. So I like what they're trying to do to try and get back control of this catwalk, pushing through security, trying to get control of that first before jumping in that stronghold.
Right, now trying to fly over Flames here is trying to help out as much as he can. Ooh, showing some disrespect on Century as well. 1 rocket in hand, might put it to use. And so far, I like what I'm seeing here from Flames in this game number 3.
There's a saying in Europe, which is, what would Dan Young do? Which is Flames' name. That's what he does all the time. Challenges, flies at you. It's as simple as that. Gambit now, gonna get control back momentarily here for the guys on In2ition. 2 players though from Barrage gonna be jumping into that red nest. Grenade goes in, look at that Vard once again jumping out, but Manatee in the meantime has picked up the overshield, and look at this Vard now gonna be moving towards that camo. To spot that player, Rudimentary. This will be a huge kill, but no! Rudimentary wins that one, which means they're gonna have control of not only the camo, the overshield as well.
Yeah, it looks like right now the camo is in hand, like you said, for Rudimentary. I'm looking across as well, and the rockets are in play. They're gonna be in the hands of Hollers on the other side.
Huge kill here. Oh, look at this. Hollis spots out the camo play and manages to take him down in combination with his teammate Vard. So that camo not going to be too effective once again. It's going to be a big push coming in here through blue. And I like what I'm seeing from Hollis here. Leading the charge, making sure they clean out blue base and then securing that cap on blue. Not just essentially sitting in it, making the opposite team aware of their position. Now you can see Hollis trying to challenge this player. Gambit up on the catwalk.
You also mentioned that the overshield was in hand as well. Just want to recap what happened there. Hollers actually took out Manatee with that overshield, immediately prioritizing him. That's why he had no rockets left so fast, and they neutralized that overshield. Amazing plays there as well from Hollers.
The team shot coming in from Barrage right now is insane. We saw light rifle shots meeting the magnum shots from Hollers all on the heads of those players who were trying desperately to get into that blue bend. Now we're going to see the push coming in. Look at this. Hollers now starting to heat up for his team. We've talked about his teammates. They've had big games. Now it seems like Hollers is trying to get in there, contesting that. That's going to be a huge kill and a reset. Another kill potentially going down here. Hollers picks up a double. That's going to be a triple cap in effect, and we know how devastating that can be in this control-based game type.
Almost picks up a triple as well, but like you said, once again, Barrage is flying, right? They are soaring at their opponents. Not only that, but they're sending so many players, right? There's a call-out catwalk. They all fly to catwalk, even though In2ition sent so many players. Look at this. They just rotate, bang, 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 taking out their opponents and always moving together. That's what got them this lead right here, 59-22.
The confidence right now in this Barrage team is just starting to flow. You just feel like they've hit their groove right now. This is what we expected to see. Veteran players coming back into the game, picking the game back up, scrimming a little bit, Scrim Tuesdays they call it, once a week. But now they're starting to flow again. Everything is coming back to this team, 64-22, a triple cap, and look at this. Holler's gonna pop down bottom mid, an uncontested overshield, because his teammates are picking up slays.
Jeez, look at this. We have been on board with Hollers for quite some time, staying alive. Gonna go ahead and grab these rockets as well. Rockets and Ovi. Total control for Barrage as well. There is a certain flow state on set to Strongholds when it is almost a coordinated dance when you are able to control the weapons, power-ups, and Strongholds the way that they are. They are just moving like a well-oiled machine.
The Strongholds dance is in effect. Ooh, look at this though. No, this is big. Oh, the assassination from Rudimentary comes in. I mean, what a time to do it. Not sure if he meant to do it. He is going to go down, but that is a big kill. It creates an opportunity for his teammates to move towards this blue bend and potentially get back in the game. But once again, look at this team shot coming in for Barrage. Vard with the beat down there. Going to take him out of the game. And look at this. Grips now has picked up the rockets once again. They have control of the red nest. They have the blue bend. Now they're moving on the catwalk.
Yeah, for Grips to stay alive there was pretty big. Like you said, there was a small gap for just a second on In2ition. My gosh, man, there's some sneaky melees coming in here from the side of In2ition. But right now it's 91-22, and they still don't have control. So they're going to need to pull off a slight miracle to get back in this.
It might be a miracle, but they have got control of the red nest. They are going to be scoring momentarily here. Well, they are all spawning outside, so you have to presume here that Barrage are going to be either around the blue bend or they're going to be around the catwalk. This is going to be huge sets of kills. Looks like they've made the decision to push blue here. Vard and Hollers pick up kills, though. That's going to be massive. Can they get this kill? Hollers is going to get the reset here, so now they can move up onto the catwalk. And look at this. His teammate has already got a start on that catwalk stronghold. Going to have to be a miracle now at this point for the guys on In2ition. They're going to have to make some big plays, but with slays coming in across the board here for Barrage, not looking likely.
That's right. It looks like, I believe, they neutralized that catwalk unless it goes, but that could be the decider. But right now, points only ticking away. 3 more to go before they close out this series.
Yeah, I think this is GG right now. 98-31. Hollers is going to be the POV we end it up on. 99, going for the triple cap, and that's going to be Barrage, who close out the series. Bravo, 3-0. They just got better and better as that series went on.
They really did. They looked really good towards the end of that game, and that's actually the question that you and I were wondering on set is, you know, how are we going to see them improve? Are we going to see some of the little critiques that we're making? Are we going to see those neutralized? And that's exactly what the case was. They played a very good game from start to finish there. Incredible power weapon control as well as power up.
Yeah, and one thing that really stood out to me was that period where the guys from In2ition were trying to capture that blue bend, and all of a sudden the team shot that came in, we saw light rifle, we saw pistol shots, and look at that again. I mean,
Bard has the same stats every game.
You're boring us, Ed. It's simple as that. You're putting up massive kills in every game. That man on LAN is an animal.
He is a machine. I mean, what they put in there was make Vard go 19-6 or 19-7 or whatever, right around there, and that's exactly what he does in each of those games. So leading his team, and I believe the entire game and all 3 in terms of slays. So Vard stepping up when he needs to. Convincing win there, 100-31 to close out Eden Strongholds.
Yeah, that was the performance I expected to see coming into this tournament for Barrage. We thought it'd take them a little bit of time to get warmed up, but they definitely have got warmed up. Barrage take that series 3-0. Guys, what are you looking forward to from Barrage for the rest of this tournament?
All right, thank you very much. Well, Barrage will continue on, of course, but I think it was the right time for a 3-0 if you want to stay in this tournament from them as well. Unfortunately, we are going to say goodbye to In2ition, but is this an early exit for them? Do we expect them to go out this early?
In2ition, yeah, from what I understand, I'm pretty sure this is a team that wouldn't have expected to get very far in the tournament, in my opinion. I mean, when you look at the players on this team and the players they had to go up against, we spoke about it before the series. It was kind of a case of veterans, hardened veterans who have been at these types of tournaments before, going up against players who haven't really had this type of experience before. So it's not a surprise to me. Obviously, they would have been disheartened. They would have wanted to make a losers bracket run, elimination bracket run, but yeah, that's kind of exactly what I expected in that series.
So the kind of team that I have a lot of respect for, right? They're not, you know, you're not up there in the top 3, 4. You know where you are. You know the level at what you're playing at. But regardless, they still turn up to events. They still pay their way. They get their travel. They fly out. They buy a ticket and they turn up. And without these teams, you know, would think, well, we're not going to do it, so why bother going? I really respect anybody that will just turn up, they want to play, they want to have a crack at this thing, because this is what open events are all about. You don't know how the bracket's going to turn around, you don't know what's going to go down, and regardless, you'll constantly see like Manatee, for example, Gambit. There's a few names that we could reel off. Human, for example. There are certain people, they will always be at events. These are the backbone of the European community that have been here for years, no matter what happens, and will still be here for time going on.
Oh, you're making me all kind of patriotic.
No, it is, because, I mean,
right?
how many years has Halo been around? And this is kind of what we're all like. It's like a big family, and seeing these players turn up.
Pre-HCS times. I mean, these guys were still supporting
Exactly. We're talking back at Halo 4, we're coming into Halo 3 a little bit. You still see these teams just turning up and having fun, and that's what it's all about.
Before you reduce me to have a few tears in my eyes, let's get into this map, shall we? All right, let's start with map number 1 and go through and see the highlights from each of these maps that went through. All right, first map, 3-2.
Yeah.
Close one.
Close one.
It's close.
Yeah, Truth. I mean, it's not very often we see a Truth map really go all the 5 flags and end in a 3-2. I mean, you can see some of the highlights right here. It was really back and forth, honestly. I mean, Hollers and Vard in particular are 2 players in this game that I thought shone really well. Hollers flanking basement quite a lot, working out quite well. I mean, we didn't really see it too much on stream, but through the Spartan IDs you can always see his player tag always in that basement, kind of flanking around the behind, and then we just saw constant highlight plays from Vard. I mean, Vard just really looked like his old self. It looked like I was looking at 2010 Vard in this game.
Yeah, going off every single time. We did see it, and we were watching the kill feed, and honestly, it just kind of looked like at some points he'd never left. And then again, you know, even though he makes out on Twitter that he has left and he's doing this, you know for a fact he's always banging matchmaking, he's always playing, and it still shone through. Again, natural talent will never leave you as a player. And honestly, regardless of what you want to say about their opponent, they still played some bloody damn good Halo.
They most certainly did. All right, well, from a very close game there on the CTF, we've got to move into the Slayer next, and not quite as close, but not quite a steak dinner either.
No, not quite. I mean, they were 3 points away from that delicious steak. But yeah, Coliseum was another one where it was Barrage's experience shining through. They realized they had to get a hold of those power weapons.
Yeah.
They know that Halo 5 is centralized around these power weapons, and Coliseum is the biggest map for it. The rockets, the snipe. They were constantly making a concerted effort when they didn't have the power weapons, hunt those players down, take them out of the hands of the opposition so they can't use them. And then when they were able to grab the power weapons, they again converted those into kills. So important to do on Coliseum. There's a point in the game, by the way, they were down by 7 points. I think it was around the 17-point mark where In2ition they had a healthy lead. So to come back from that kind of deficit shows a lot of mettle from this Barrage squad here on Coliseum, especially when it's so hard to do that on a map like this. You know, when the other team has those power weapons and you are down in the situation points-wise, it's very hard to come back on Coliseum.
Col is one of those maps as well where, you know, there are certain game types and such, you can grab a couple of weapons and you can have some scrappy battles, but Sniper is, I think it's fair to say, on this map, it's so unforgiving. When the enemy team gets a hold of it, if you can't kill that Sniper, or if you do kill them at range, and another person just picks it up, constantly having Sniper in the enemy hands on Coliseum, it's just such a pain in the ass. Like, it causes it just applies so much pressure because it's all height-based. So no matter where you're watching, you're always concerned. And if you're not looking where you're going, a bullet will just whip by, you're dead. Yeah. And it's just really, it's such a nasty weapon on that map.
You say pain in the arse, I say pain in the face. When you're getting headshotted by that thing, hurts.
Causes problems.
It does cause a lot of problems, but that was pretty much the tale of that map number 2. Let's move into map number 3 here, and kind of the story so far of these maps is the score is actually getting further apart as time goes on. And I wonder if that's to do with the stress there on main stage, or maybe the kind of the mental problems you're having, morale as you know that you're going further and further close to going out of this tournament.
Could have also been Barrage kind of summing up the opposition, saying in the first game, hey, these guys might push us a little bit. And when they took game number 1, game number 2, they were like, oh, no, we can actually beat these guys. And then by the time they were 2-0 up, they just showed absolutely no fear. Hollers and Vard, again, the tale of Eden. They were just going off. That, by the way, was so surprising to see him get air assassinated. I was just like, why have you still got animations on here in this tournament? I mean, that's something you take off like straight away. But yeah, the boys from Barrage, the fist bumps all round, so strong, and then obviously the disappointment on the other side as well. It was just a good fun series, honestly. I pretty much expected the outcome in the end, but I'm very happy with what I saw out of Barrage. Kind of showing up here on the main stage like they have in countless tournaments in the past.
I think the biggest thing, sorry to break you off there, I think the biggest thing on this one is they've got nothing to lose. They're here for a bit of fun. You know, they kind of bundled this one together and said, all right, let's have another crack at this. A few players haven't played in quite some time. I know Grips has been away. He's obviously got a family and whatnot now. Comes back and honestly, some of the shots he's landing are pretty disgusting.
But does it get to a point where they start to believe a little too much? Like, are we now going to have to talk about, can they get through this loser bracket? Can they keep making a run? If they keep winning game after game, that's when your hopes start getting up. So I was thinking, I can do this.
Yeah, I think around kind of that top 16 mark, maybe top 12 is a good bracket to put them in. But I think any more than that, they're definitely going to start pushing it. Maybe, you know, around, maybe